Hello, we're just starting our yoga session here today, and our practice will be, the work portion of the practice will be focused on some warrior poses. The beginning warm-up will be some strength building and heat building, so we'll get nice and warm for this practice. To begin, if you would like to either come to seated child's pose, maybe lying down or even standing at the top of your mat, would be great places to start your practice. We don't necessarily need any props for the practice, just your yoga mat. So just take a moment to check in with yourself. First, checking in with the body. How do you physically feel today? Are you carrying any tension anywhere? If you feel any stress, let's take a nice deep breath in so you can feel your belly rise. And then a long, slow exhale, just releasing that breath, releasing maybe perhaps any stress with that breath. Let's find another breath in the same way, taking a nice deep breath in. As we expand through the belly, let's pause at the top of this breath. And again, exhale and release. It's allowing yourself to sit a bit more comfortably with your next exhale. So allow yourself to settle into your body, dropping the shoulders and relaxing the jaw. Perhaps let's just take a little bit of movement through our fingers or toes, releasing any residual tension you might be holding. Perhaps adding any movement that might feel right in this moment. Always feel welcome to be still as well. Let's check in with our mind, with our thoughts, with our emotions. Remembering that our thinking brain is healthy, even as we enter into the state of stillness. With compassion, reminding ourselves that our thoughts are valuable. And when you've taken the time to calm your mind, you can come back to those thoughts whenever you need to. Just imagine or envision any of these extra thoughts or ideas floating through your brain. Just envision them drifting away into the distance until you can no longer see them or see where they've gone. No need for concern, just intuitively knowing where to find them again when the time is right. Returning to this space of stillness that we're creating. Sink into this stillness. Embracing it like a weighted blanket of comfort. No need to be anything other than ourselves in this moment. As you take another deep breath in, flood the beautiful emptiness you've created with white light. Let this white light overflow and cleanse you in this stilling process. Feeling love from inside, from your heart space, bubbling up from within you. Just resting in this pure awareness. Awareness of love and light. Continue to let this energy swirl around you as you feel energy from your center, from your source. Let's take a moment to check in with our physical bodies again. Noticing perhaps if we feel softer, maybe more open. Let's gently begin to add just a little bit of movement to the body, whether that again be through fingertips, toes, gently shaking the head from side to side. So allowing your physical body to begin to merge with the emotional, thought-filled side. And then from whatever position you're in, I'd like you to begin to make your way to a tabletop position. As always, no hurry to get there, taking our time. And as you come to tabletop, let's just extend one leg back and then the other, keeping the toes flexed and pressing, balls of the feet pressing down into the mat as we stretch through our calves. Begin to stack your wrists underneath of the shoulders. Let's take some cat and cow breath. And on your next inhale breath, let's reach our right arm high. And then as you exhale, thread the needle, bring the right arm through, set the shoulder down, set the right side of your head down. If it feels okay with your neck and you feel stable here, let's take our left arm and reach it around behind the back. We're reaching towards the right hip crease. Go ahead and bring the left hand back down to the mat. We're going to press down to reach the right arm up. Go ahead and turn into a kneeling side plank facing right. Let's lift our right leg into the air and then kick the heel towards the glute. Reach back to the top side of the foot and give a little kick of the foot into the hand. Stay strong with your supporting arm. Go ahead and release the foot back to a tabletop position. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child's pose. A few more rounds of that with your breath. Returning back to a tabletop position. Let's take the left arm, reach up high. Exhale, thread the needles, we bring the arm through, gently setting the shoulder down and the side of the head. Find a nice stable position here. Again, if it feels okay with the neck and you don't have any issues with pain or injury here, we can take our right arm, reach around the behind the back, reaching towards that left hip crease. And then go ahead and bring The right hand back to the mat. Press down to reach the left arm up. Turning to a kneeling side plank facing left. We're going to lift the left leg into the air and then kick the heel towards the glute as we reach back towards the top side of the foot. Give a little kick of the foot into the hand. The stretching out through the hip, into the shoulder, chest, upper arm. We'll release the foot as we turn back to a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Pedaling the heels, moving through the hips. Start to roll forward into plank. And then back to downward facing dog. We'll roll forward into plank again. Again, this can be a kneeling plank if you choose. Arms are strong, pressing down into the mat. Back to down dog. One more time forward into plank or kneeling plank. And then we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the mat and set up for Sphinx pose. Setting shoulders over top of the elbows. Palms face down. We'll gently press down into the forearms. And then draw the elbows towards the body. Continuing to breathe. And then lowering the body down. Let's reach the arms back behind you. Find a chest expansion. Press the knuckles towards the heels. Lifting the chest, drawing the shoulders back. On an exhale breath, go ahead and lower the shoulders towards the mat. Keep the chest expansion. This time as we lift, we're going to lift the legs as well. Chest expansion, locust pose. Keep breathing. And on an exhale breath, go ahead and lower everything back down. We're going to lift into a forearm plank. So this can be either kneeling forearm plank or on your toes. Pressing down into the forearms. We're going to take the toes, walk them towards the elbows, dolphin pose. Bring the head between the biceps, lifting the hips upward. So we walk in until we can't walk in anymore. Let the heels sink towards the earth. Continuing to breathe. Hands at the knees down on the mat. Let's shift back to child's pose. I'm going to scoot my body back just a little bit as I migrated forward. Settle into child's pose. Be completely rested here. Let's come back to a tabletop position. On the inhale breath, we're going to reach the left arm forward, right leg back, spinal balance. As you exhale, draw knee to elbow. As you inhale, take the left arm out towards the left side, right leg out towards the right. Come back to spinal balance in line with the body. Exhale, elbow to knee. Take it out to the side. Breathe in. Back to spinal balance. Elbow to knee. Take it out to the side. In line. Follow your breath. Elbow to knee. And take it out. Spinal balance. Elbow to knee. So we're staying on the one side. Out to the side. Hold here. Let's go ahead and set the right leg down on the floor. As you inhale, circle sweep the arms overhead. On the exhale breath, take the left arm, reach towards the right leg, the right foot. Walk the hands back to the center. Keep the right leg extended out. We're going to keep our hip over top of the knee. Walk the hands out into puppy pose with the right leg extended out. So bring your forehead down to the floor. Walk the hands back in. We're going to tuck the left toe under, three-legged dog. Take the right leg high. Open hip, dropping the foot over towards your left side. And then let's step through to the top of the mat. Stepping through to lunge. I'm going to reach the arms up high. On the exhale breath, lower your left knee towards the mat. Lift up and lower down. Let's do that a couple more times. The depth of your lunge is up to you. Come back to your high lunge. Let's stay here. Open palm twist to your right. And then yogi lunge towards the back of the mat. Turn to face left. Sit back and down. Opening through our inner thigh. Walk it to the top of the mat. Step back to plank and a vinyasa. From your downward dog, let's move into child's pose. Back to a tabletop position. Stacking hands underneath of the shoulders, spinal balance. Let's reach our right arm forward, left leg goes back, elbow to knee. Take it out to the side. Spinal balance, reach forward and back, elbow to knee, out to the side. So we're gonna flow through that maybe 3-ish more times. Keep breathing. As you extend it out to the side, stay, hold, breathe. And then we'll set our left leg down. Both hands down to the mat. Inhale, let's circle sweep the arms overhead. On the exhale breath, we're going to reach our right arm towards the left leg. You could always add a block in here too if that would feel better. Tight hamstrings, tight hips. Walk your hands back to the mat. We'll keep our left leg extended out. We're going to walk out to puppy pose. Arms walk forward, forehead down to the mat. Walk the hands back in under the shoulders. Tuck the right toe under. Left leg high. Open hip. And then we'll step through to lunge. As we come into our lunge, let's reach up for high lunge. On the exhale, lowering right knee towards the mat. And back up. So again, we flow with our breath. Lowering down as low as we like. Maybe we're holding lunge here. You can hold low or high. Open palm twist to your left. Turn to face your right side as we walk to a yogi lunge towards the back of the mat. And then we'll walk the hands forward and a vinyasa. Settling in here, holding down dog. Feel free to add another vinyasa or two if you need a bit more work for your practice today. Settling into child's pose for rest. And feel free to take a bit more stretching. If you are doing the quick flow, 20 minutes, and ending in a shavasana. Let's take a few more rounds of breath here. We're continuing on to the work part of the practice. Let's all meet in downward facing dog. We'll step our right leg to the top of the mat for lunge. Open palm twist to your right. Sitting down into your lunge, turning the chest, lengthening the spine. Go ahead and drop your right hand towards the back leg or maybe to the low back. Reach the left arm up a little bit longer, continuing to turn chest towards your right. And then release the left hand down to the floor, lunge twist. Right arm reaches up. Spinning the back foot to go flat on the floor, warrior two. Softening through the shoulders, settling in. Breathing. Side angle, we'll bring our forearm to the thigh. Rotate the chest, be long. Feel free to add full bind or maybe half bind. Dropping hand behind the back, or if you're taking full bind, reaching under and grabbing through to the other arm. You can always add a strap here as well to help out with the bind. Reverse warrior. Let's go ahead and straighten out both legs. We're gonna move into triangle pose. Let's reach both arms up. Start to hinge forward. We're gonna reach both arms towards this top corner of the room. Stay strong through the side body. Keep breathing. We're gonna go ahead and lower both hands all the way down to the floor. Standing splits. Let's reach the left leg high. Drop the head towards the floor. Lifting left leg a little higher. On your next exhale breath, let's go ahead and set both feet down. Chair pose. Chest leans forward halfway. Reach the arms out. Standing splits. Left leg high. Step the left leg back, warrior two. Settling the shoulders, adjust shoulders over top of the hips. I often see this leaning forward, so just look down, check in, straighten it out. Reverse triangle, straighten out the legs, reach the right arm up and back. Let's draw the hands towards the heart. Rotate to face the front of the mat, warrior three, lifting left leg into the air. Gently step back, set the heel down, warrior one. Take the hands back behind you. Take a version of chest expansion. It can be arms, hands interlaced, just reaching back behind you, reaching towards opposite elbows. Maybe a strap between both hands. On the exhale breath, humble warrior, dropping right shoulder inside of the right knee. Relax the crown of your head towards the floor. Release the hands all the way down to the floor inside of the right foot. Set the back knee down. We're going to move into runner's lunge. So in your runner's lunge, there's always lots of options. I'll give you a few. You choose what works for you. Stay right here. You can fold down to forearms. You can allow this knee to just gently press outward. You can bring your left heel in towards the glute. Reach towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Gently draw in. Maybe having a little extra padding underneath of that knee can be helpful. Whichever version of runner's lunge you choose, let's move through a vinyasa as we step back to plank or kneeling plank. On the exhale breath, we'll step our left leg through to the top of the mat. And an open palm twist, chest facing left. Keep breathing. Taking our reverse warrior variation as we drop left hand towards this back leg, maybe to the low back, wherever it feels more supportive. We're going to extend and reach the right arm up. Keep turning the chest towards the left. So opposed to reverse warrior, this does end up being a bit of a back bend as we lift our chest up and turn. Low lunge twist, bring the right hand down to the floor, left arm reaches up. Spinning the right heel to move down to the floor as we move into warrior two. Again, stack shoulders over hips. Check in with this back arm. Is it down? Is it high? See if you can bring it right in line with the shoulder. Side angle pose, forearm moves to the thigh, reach long. Turn your chest to the right. Feel free to add in any bind option here. Half, reaching back behind the back. Full, finding the bind with the strap or without. Reverse warrior. Let's straighten out the legs. Reach both arms up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, hinge at the hips as we move into our triangle pose. Let's keep both arms reaching forward. Strong through the side body. Chest is turning right. Keep reaching. Keep breathing. Lower both hands down to the floor. Taking right leg high, standing splits. Drop the crown of the head to the floor. Lift the right leg a little bit more. Set the foot down, chair. Keep the chest leaning forward halfway. Reach forward, lengthen through the spine. Standing splits, hands down to the floor, right leg high. Take a step back, warrior two. Straightening out the legs, reverse triangle. Hands to the heart, warrior three. Squaring up the hips to face the mat. Let's take a step back, setting the heel down, warrior one. Any version of chest expansion. And maybe reaching towards opposite elbows. Anything that opens up the front side of the body here. On your exhale, we drop left shoulder inside of the left knee. Doesn't have to touch. Relax the crown of the head towards the floor. Release the hands all the way to the floor. Inside of the left foot, we set our right knee down as we move into runner's lunge. So I'll just run through those options on this side as well. So we can stay up high, we can lower down to the forearms. Sometimes it feels good to just open the hip as we press the knee out towards the left side here. You can also draw right heel towards the glute, reach back towards the top side of the foot and gently draw in. So we're opening our chest and twisting towards the left side here as well. So whatever version you chose, one more breath, and we release to the vinyasa. So again, perhaps this feels like enough work for your practice today. Feel free to find a more restful position. If you need more work for your practice, we're going to step right leg forward. Open palm twist to our right. Dropping our right hand to the back leg. Extend and reach up a little bit longer with the left arm. Lunge, twist, left hand down to the floor. Right arm reaches up. Warrior two. Side angle. Feel free to add in any bind option or no bind option. Reverse warrior. Straighten out the legs. Reach up. Hinge forward into your triangle pose. Reaching forward, reach, reach, reach. Release the hands all the way down to the floor, standing splits. Left leg high. Exhale, sit down into chair. Reach forward. Standing splits, left leg high. Step back, warrior two. Straighten out the legs. Reverse triangle. Hands to heart, warrior three. Step back, warrior one. Chest expansion. Fold forward inside of the right knee, humble warrior. Release the hands inside of the right foot. Runner's lunge, any variation. Release and find a vinyasa. On an exhale breath, let's step the left leg through. Open palm twist left. Drop the left hand to the back leg or your low back. Reach up a long twist. Release the hand, right hand to the floor. Left arm reaches up, lunge twist. Warrior two. Lean into your side angle. Maybe half or full bind, you choose. Reverse warrior. Straighten out the legs, reach up. Hinge at the hips as we move into triangle variation. Reach and release hands to the floor. Standing splits, right leg high. Chair. Standing splits. Step back to warrior two. Straighten out the legs, reverse triangle. Hands to heart, warrior 3. Step back, gently set the foot down, warrior 1. Your version of chest expansion. Fold forward, inside of left knee, humble warrior. Release the hands, your version of runner's lunge. End of vinyasa. From your downward dog, let's come to a cross-legged seated position. If you'd like to elevate your hips, you can always add a block or a blanket underneath your hips. Feel free to close your eyes here. Slow down the breath. Soften the jaw. Relax the shoulders. Let the hips settle just a bit more into the earth beneath you. Perhaps allowing the palms to rest face up on the thighs in your lap or on your knees. Relax your fingertips. Let's start to make our way into an easy twist, one direction or the other. Doesn't matter which side you start with, just maintaining length through the spine. Try not to add too much force here. On the exhale, just allow a gentle squeeze and twist just a slightly bit more, just a tiny bit. Inhale takes you out of the twist, exhale, in. Moving through center, let's do the same on the other side. Again, nice tall spine, and as we twist, you just gently move into the twist, not having to turn all the way around, just find an easy twist. Breathe in, exhale, twisting just a little bit more. As we breathe in, we move out of the twist slightly. And then exhale, twist a little bit more. Let's fully unwind to face center. Shake out the wrists a little bit. Let's roll through the neck. Maybe closing the eyes here, just nice and slow. Let's think gentle. How gentle can we be with our body? As you inhale, let's find our tallest spine. And then on the exhale, walking the hands forward. We'll walk our hands up and go ahead and roll onto your back. As you settle down onto your back, we're going to find a flowing bridge. So walk the heels in nice and close to your glutes, lining the heels, hips, heels, and toes. As you inhale to lift the hips up, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, lowering hips down, arms down to the sides. Breathe in, lift. And exhale. A couple of more rounds of bridge with breath. As we come back to the center, let's relax the arms down to the sides, feet together, knees drop outward into our reclined butterfly. Gently guide the knees back together. Let's take alternating knees to chest. So we extend the opposite leg long. So you can let it be completely relaxed here. You could also be active, pressing through the heel or pointing the toe as you draw the knee in. And again, as you draw the knee in, just take it slightly outside the line of the ribs and then switch. You're gonna draw both knees in. Let's hug into a tiny ball as we wrap our arms around the shins or maybe behind the hamstrings. Tuck the forehead in towards the knees. Keep breathing here. We'll release happy baby, taking hold of the feet. Let's find maybe some movement here. See if you can allow your shoulders to be a bit more relaxed. And then we're going to release our legs and extend out into Shavasana if you feel ready. If there's any additional movement that you need to take for your practice, always feel welcome to take those extra postures or poses before settling in for your Shavasana. Completely relaxed. Those busy thoughts or ideas are still shelved in the distance, not distracting us. We're here, we're present, we're breathing. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Welcoming your body back from your Shavasana. Taking some small, quiet movements. If you need longer for your Shavasana, take that time for yourself today. And if you're ready to close your practice, let's take our time to make our way back to a seated position. And then closing with a final breath together. Nice deep inhale. And an exhale. Namaste.